In half her life, she'd not free-climbed the whitetail. While the hunter's focus laid fearsome upon her, scaling the gorge made for an energizing distraction. Wiping herself of the bone-white dust of the marrow-dry stone, she rejoined the others who cracked the last crates in preparation for Schneider's last wagons. "Oh, thank my Maker and all he has lost." Schneider rang in praise. "I wasn't sure you were alive. Hats off to you, my beautiful bird. Must be magic that makes the world so full of quick-thinking women." Schneider punted a knot rock. Steel soles crunched its shell and scrambled the egg, so it arced far before it popped. "Where's Ty?" Reyth asked. "Boy got hit. Sent him back," Schneider said. "I'm sure Noshkree can sew that arm back on, without giving it a mind of its own, that is." Reyth poured the treasure canvassed from the Dark Wife into the pile. Schneider picked an unlabeled gold tin from among her take, then sang, "Oh, what bedazzles my princeliness? Be this the coarse umber? Oh, how can a humble brewer compete? Man's oldest vice distilled from holy wheat, or man's newest of myria to cut a golden path to God? Pop your lips, boys and girls, this stuff's here to stay. It's too good to be true, my friends. Too good to be true." "What are you on?" Boda sneered. "Ty's waitin'." "Boda, you drunk." Schneider shook the can between them, letting it slosh. "Lantern, the one and only salve for the soul." He tossed it to her. "Give that to your old lover, boy. He'll thank me later. Now, Reyth, do a man with a bad back a favor, will ya, and use that bayonet there to pop open that old barrel I got in my wagon." Reyth tapped her hips, plugged her nose, then blew snot in insult. The posy barking orders could sniff her. "The bayonet, missy? The long knife?" he insisted, tapping her beveled blade. "You understand what I'm saying? We don't got all night." Relenting, but rather not wanting to climb into the corpses piled up in back, she jammed the long blade between two bedboards and pried them to pieces. To spite Schneider, Reyth ripped the boards off the wagon's frame and hurled the barrel free with a crash to the riverbed. Stretching her seam, Reyth swung to straddle the bend and worked her blade into the lid. "Careful," Schneider said. "She's—" Off popped the lid, and out spilled a shaken Sophie, crammed in like pickling red ginger. Boggled, Sophie flicked sticky sugar and honey from her camera. "What's the big idea, Reyth? Blinding yourself not enough?" Reyth stepped back and away, rather like she'd been the one thrown in a barrel. She didn't know what to say. "And you?" The short, skinny mouse of a woman fumed up at Schneider. "You're lucky I didn't get killed. Mr. Risner will hear of this. You said I'd be nowhere near the violence." "Yes, yes, quiet your engines and get working." Schneider slipped her a handful of red royals, full leaves with golden filigree unlike the defaced half once slipped to Reyth. "Sophie, what you doin'?" Reyth asked, only to get a face full of cutting scorn like she ought to have known. My job?" Little shudders and clicks accentuated the sass as she photographed, of all things, the bodies of the mangled men. Fortunately free of the ghost-eyed warrior, who'd stay where she should, resting in the golden flowers. Reyth snorted and offered the lens broken from the rifle. "For the stars. For you." So much for urgent photographs, as Sophie wasted no time to conspicuously, reverently peer through the sheet of glass and leap far into the sky where a bashful smile lifted stardust freckles. "Oh, blueberries!" Sophie cheered, brightening at once. "Pardon my rudeness. If you got more lantern, give it to Noshkree. He'll fix up your raspberry tip-top. Promise." "Tick-tock, Sophie." Schneider seized their attention, threw a thumbs up, then pressed firm upon a plunger. The white tail rumbled about them like a rib cage. A rumble, deep inside Reyth's body, forewarned the bulge of melting stone, soft like sand, sliding together like fabric. A wall of choking dust surged through Turnus's dry artery and came to rest as a thick blanket upon them all. A boom echoed throughout the trees, and in the aftermath of settling silt, bone-white rock clotted the way forward. "Bravo!" Schneider cheered, untying a dark one's muzzle from over his face to breathe the clearing air. "Shame you can't capture that smell, but tell me you got the show on film." Without waiting for the gasping girl to find an answer, he stole the camera from the statue that lurked where Sophie had been. So dressed in sediment, she became a sculpture fit for the galleries of an agla. As the grinding stones stilled like fading ripples in a pond, Reyth stood among the others in coughing awe. Knew they no anger? Had they no spark? Had Schneider stolen the breath itself from under them, they could not have been more hog-tied. "What did you do?" Reyth jerked Schneider close by his ostentatious collar, the body of the forest quivering in the white-tail's posthumous collapse. Boda, choking on a mouthful of grit, fought on to weakly pound upon Schneider's back. "Ya bastard!" Boda wheezed. Schneider brushed her aside like dust from his lapel to savor the photo rolling from the camera's mouth. "Ya a wielder, like the green-eyed devil," Reyth accused, reaching for her bayonet. Shaking his head, Schneider flashed a box from his pocket, bound with wire spooled off in the direction of the avalanche. "Dynamite, courtesy of the railroads. Ironic, I know. You making a fool out of us for the last time, Schneider." Reyth hissed. She'd had about enough tricks and games, and with the hunter's focus still hot in her chest, she broke the tension keeping Boda and the others at bay. They joined in, taking up arms set aside to pillage to close the knot about the posy. He may play calm, but she could lick the nervous sweat from his cheek. "Ladies, gentlemen, please, don't be hasty. This is a great triumph." "You'd best rethink you spew." Reyth pressed her blade against his back, against a familiar point, but snagged against a weave underlying the uniform's thick purple fabric. Schneider chuckled, but to shut him up, Boda found her will and pressed her hatchet to his head. "The Eshi won't be happy to bear hearing about your little trick." "You thinking of killing me?" he asked. "I'd certainly like it," Boda answered. "Indeed, yet then your Eshi would have to hear all about this little escapade." Devilishness lit Schneider's cocoa-brown eyes as they sought Sophie. The lost mouse had nowhere to hide as the 8 remaining raiders, including Reyth, turned against her handler. "Gonna kill her too?" Schneider went on. "We found this treasure and distributed it to the people. That's what he'll want to hear, and we'd all be better off with him in our camp." And Schneider was right. Reyth hated the thought. But without Gregor's knowledge, what chance did they have? Without Schneider, what chance did Sophie have? "Leave him, Boda," Reyth said, pulling her blade away to put herself between the others and Sophie in case they got wise. "He's not worth the trouble." "You think your uncle would see it that way?" Boda spat at their feet. "We's just robbing that dead. Gold and green. And Ty, this is no triumph." Reyth surprised herself by how much Boda's objection irked her. The rocks that clotted the whitetail would keep dark ones at bay and would heal on the mother's time. "Boda, me uncle was willin' to sacrifice me own brother, me whole family, to protect Sangar. If in the cost is the Eshi taken to the wind 'cause we're too violent for his taste, you think we'll be more'n but thieves and grave robbers? Victory, Boda. We have victory." Boda scowled. "I think your pap would have..." But Boda didn't finish the thought. Boda hit Reyth with her shoulder as she passed her by and went on her way. "Guess you's a killer after all. Just like me. Just like your pap. Welcome to the fight."